Betsy, and today we have a fun video. I'm finally getting around to trying out the new Cherry Crush collection by Colourpop. Now, I saw that it had a red eyeliner and I was like, I want that. So I ended up buying the whole collection because it had red eyeliner. Yeah, I know it's a little silly, but it's okay. So the whole collection retails for $60. Or that's what I paid for it. The full value is $79. And included in that is the Cherry Crush palette. This is a 9-pan eyeshadow palette. It's one of the ones in the cardboard packaging. This retails for $14, but right now, at least what I'm looking at today, Colourpop does have 25% off all of their eyeshadow palettes. So that's what she looks like. And it's almost like a row of pink, a row of red, and then a row of like purple. So we're gonna go ahead and swatch it. So the first shade we have is Sweet Like. And then we have Cerise and Cherry Stem. So those are the first three colors. Not bad. Not bad at all. Then we have Tie a Knot. So one thing I am noticing about these shimmers in this one, they're not really that shimmery. So we've got Tie a Knot, Very Cherry, and Juicy Juicy. Like, I think that they're pretty, I just don't, see what I'm saying? They seem a little lackluster. Maybe it's because of everything else I've chosen lately. Then we have Scarlet, that's a beautiful pink, Black Cherry, and Take a Bite. So there are 4 shimmers and 5 mattes, so that's a pretty good ratio. And as you can see, the pink set has 2 shimmers. Well, I don't know if you can see it because, like, I don't know. They're just not, they are a little lacking for me. So they've got that palette. Then also in the collection, still got pink shadow on my hands. You can get the Sweet Cherry hair clips. These are $4 each. We'll use them. We'll use it to hold our hair back while we do our makeup. I feel very 90s with these in my hair. I haven't worn something like this probably since the 90s, but you know, it's okay. I feel like I'm going to grade school. Then we have the Moncherie hand mirror, and this is $9. This is gonna go in a giveaway because I have enough hand mirrors. I don't need any more because I've got some from Melt, and yeah. And then there are, gotta scroll up, 2 of the Cheek Dew serum blushes. Now, I haven't tried this formula. I haven't heard the best thing about it. And these are $7 each. So we've got, I got those little metal things over it, so I guess so it doesn't seep out. So this is Cherish You. It's kind of like a little bit of an oily finish, which I don't know how that'll feel on the skin. And then we've got Sour Cherry, which that is red. That looks like a lip gloss. I mean, I know it's not, but it does look like a lip gloss. And they kind of feel, they're not sticky, but they do kind of have, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work on my cheeks. I will let you know. So you've got those, $7 each. They have a lot of other colors in it. These are just the 2 that came with it. Then we have the Cherry Pie liner, which was the liner I was super excited to try. Because as many eyeliners as I have, I don't have a true Fire Engine Red. And the BFF Gel Cream eyeliners, I have a bunch of. They are my favorites. And then we have Jubilee. So you can see you got one that's more pink, one that's more red, a rhodium. And then you have one of the BFF liquid liners in Graceland. So it's just a white eyeliner. I got, you know, with this set, Naughty will use that more than I will. And then last but not least, they have 2 of the Fresh Kiss lip stains. So we've got Double Cherry and Love Bite, and both of these are $8 each, and they do have more colors. So this one is Love Bite, very pretty. And then we've got Double Cherry. So that's Double Cherry. Now, I wish they would have kind of stayed away from the pinks a little bit and done straight red. Now, I would have been happier with there being more red and like a blackened red. Almost, you know, I think it's Chanel that had that blackened red fingernail polish years ago. It was everywhere, so pretty. Something like that in the palette. I mean, this isn't bad. But you can see that those lip stains do stain. That's what they're supposed to do though. But yeah, I love the Colourpop BFF Gel Cream Eyeliners. They are my absolute favorite. That cup right there, that is all that's in there. I use them all the time. Now I have primed my eyes with the Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow primer. It's like a clear eyeshadow primer, so as you can see, it doesn't hide my hyperpigmentation or anything like that. But we're gonna do a red look today. I like red eyeshadow. And I like playing with colors that not everybody thinks about at first, you know, playing with. So I think I'm gonna go into the shade Charisse first. So this is a BK Beauty 202. This is one of my, this is one of my favorite brushes because I love that it's a fluffy brush, but it's pointed. And you see how you can really get into the crease and control where it goes. This is one of my favorite brushes. BK Beauty has some amazing brushes, just in case you're wondering. There we go. And just kind of build up that outer corner. See how easy that is? Like, I feel like the mattes aren't bad in this collection. I just feel like I'm lacking a little bit in shimmers. That's a pretty color though. Like, I mean, that is a true red eyeshadow. So, and the Pretty Vulgar eyeshadow primer is extremely sticky. Is Pretty Vulgar even around anymore? Because they were at Sephora and I loved the aesthetic of the brand. It was kind of kitschy, but for the most part, almost every product I tried was like, oh, this is a disappointment. Oh, this is a disappointment. I just wanted more from the brand. Okay, so there is Charisse on the eyes. I'm gonna grab, this is a Sigma E38 diffuse blending brush, and I'm just gonna go over the edges because that's one thing I like to do to make sure everything's blended together the way that we want. And I am gonna take the other side and I'm gonna go into that shade Scarlet, which is the pink matte from over there. And I am just going to take and put that in the front portion of the crease, but I'm not gonna bring it too far back or too high. Like, see how I'm just kind of stamping it into that front portion of the crease. I don't know what this is going to do, but I am trying to try as many of the 9 shades as possible. I mean, it's kind of what you do when you're doing eyeshadow. So far, there's no patchiness or anything like that. It's just, when I saw the collection online, I don't know. I got excited. I love anything with cherries, prints. Like, there's something to me that is, I love that kind of 1950s rockabilly slash housewife kind of look, if that makes sense. And I saw this and I was like, oh, that fits that vibe really, really well. But does it? I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just kind of building up Charisse, making sure it is nice and pigmented and that we don't have any patchy spots, because as I said, that Pretty Vulgar primer is pretty sticky. I don't know. That might be a declutter primer, because I feel like it's a little too sticky. All right, so we've got the first 2 colors on. So let's add a little bit of depth. Okay, I'm gonna grab, this is a Sigma E27, and I'm going to go into Cherry Stem. We're gonna see how that goes on the eyes. That is the first one in the purpley row. That doesn't really do anything, does it? Not particularly. To me, that's a little bit of a weak color. This one right here, I don't know. It's just not my favorite in the palette. You kind of see what I'm saying? Like, that's what it looks like blended out. I mean, you could use it easily on your edges because it's more of a neutral undertone shadow, but it doesn't do anything to add depth. So there's that. So now I'm gonna go using that same brush. We're gonna try again with the shade Black Cherry, which is that darker red. And we're gonna put that into the crease on the outside of the eye. Again, it adds a little bit, but I don't think it adds enough. Does that make sense? It gives a little bit more depth, but not a whole lot. Because you can have depth with red. You know, you've got Cardinal that is a beautiful, you know. I just think that there needed to be a little bit of greater variation in some of these shades, at least in my opinion. Okay, it's on, not my favorite, but it's okay. So I'm gonna grab, this is a Colourpop E19. We're gonna take and go into this darkest shade, which is Take a Bite. And hopefully that will give me some depth in this look. Oh yeah, that's much better. But I am getting quite a bit of fallout, but you know, I've said this before, a lot of times when you get fallout, you get better blending, at least in my opinion. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just taking that little tiny blending brush and putting it in the outer V. Nothing major. Okay, let's go over the edge again. Make sure everything's nice and smooth and blended out. Let's get the glitter glue and try some of these shimmers. I don't know, y'all. I had high hopes and my hopes are fading. Hopefully this eyeshadow doesn't. I'm just joking, but you know, like, the reds that were in the Notoriously Morbid, the one that I just did, the Sith palette, were really good. Nice and pigmented, and then it had fun shimmers. This is pigmented. I mean, it's working, it does what it's supposed to. It's just, I feel like it's a little lackluster. You know, because I have the strawberry palette, I have the watermelon palette, I have the burgundy, like I have all their 9 pans, so did I need this? No, not at all. Do I think that if you have, like, if you collected all their monotone palettes other than this one, do I think you could recreate this look that I'm doing? Oh yeah. I'm going into the shade Juicy Juicy, which is the deepest shimmer in the palette, and I'm applying that to the outside of the eye, just kind of stamping it on over where I placed the glitter glue. That's a pretty color. I think that the colors are pretty. And let me try to think the best way to say this. Okay, so I think that the colors are pretty. We're going into Very Cherry, which is the red shimmer, but I think that Colourpop has been duping themselves for a while, and I think at this point I'm kind of over the monochromatic palettes from Colourpop. Like, I just wish they were something a little bit more special. That makes sense? Okie dokie. There's that. Okay, now I think I'm gonna go into Tie the Knot, which is that pink shimmer from the pink row, and apply that to the front. But you see what I'm saying? Like, there's just not enough variation, in my opinion. Okay. I just dropped my eyeshadow brush on my face. So here is the tops of the eyes done. I'm gonna go off camera, do the rest of my face. We'll come back, do the blush, lips, eyeliner, the rest of the whole shebang, and then we'll talk about my full thoughts on this palette. So I'm back and I have the rest of my face on. I used the Huda Tantour in medium for my bronzer. I used the Fenty Ease drops, and then I also used the Huda Nymph highlighter as my highlight. Now I haven't done blush yet, so we're gonna try this out. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the redder of the two, and I'm gonna take like a dollop, a dollop, and kind of spread it out on my hand, add a little bit to my sponge, and then just kind of go in lightly. I mean, I'm getting blush, so I guess that's a good thing. Kind of going in light. It does have a little bit of a greasy feel, and I don't know if I love that aspect of it. I mean, it's a pretty color. See? Kind of gives a little bit of that sunburned effect. Does that make sense? Okay. Gonna tone it down, tap it out on the side just a little bit. Okay, I can deal with that. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with my highlight though. Kind of tap over where I had bronzer. Everything's still, like, I didn't set my face today. So we'll see how this goes. I always set my face, and I did not today, so it might be great. Oh, and I did add on top of my eyes a little bit of this is from the first Hello Kitty collection from Colourpop. This is one of their mini Glitterly Obsessed in Skate Date. It definitely helped add a little zhuzhin up. So I am excited for that. So I'm gonna add just a tad bit more highlight using the sponge, because I love a good glowy skin moment. I don't know about y'all, but I do. All right, so the skin is done. Okay, so for lips, I'm gonna go in with more of the red stain. So that would be Double Cherry. I'm excited for this product. This is a product that I am super jazzed to try out, because a lip stain is a great product to have in your arsenal. But you see what I'm saying, how that goes true red, and the shadows just didn't do that. I don't know. Okay, it feels good on the lips. So far, not bad. We'll just have to let it sit and see what happens. That's how I always feel about it. It does feel good on the lips, so I'm sure it will probably dry down some. Anyways, so let's go ahead and line our waterline, and we're gonna use Cherry Pie, which is the true red eyeliner. I think this red eyeliner, like doing a black smoky eye, and then do just like the red in the waterline. That would be something kind of stunning. I really like that though. Look how cool that looks. That is a beautiful red. And the thing with those is they do last. So I'm gonna take the Sigma E27 and we're gonna go back in with Black Cherry. And I'm going to use that underneath the waterline I do feel kind of gothy though. Does this look like a gothy look? I kind of feel like it does. Maybe not gothy, not with the glitter, but maybe like, I don't know. I do really like it though. Okay. I'm going to take a bite on the Colourpop brush and just add that just to the outer edge. And then I'm going to grab a nice clean blending brush and blend everything out. And then I do need to touch up. You see how I have some fallout? So hopefully I can just kind of pat that away. Okay, that worked. Blend it out. Okay. So I do feel like this is kind of lacking an inner corner, but we'll try one of the shades in the inner corner. And so we'll do Sweet Like, which is that first shimmer shade, which is the shimmeriest shade in the palette, which isn't saying much because Colourpop does have better shimmers than this. And I think that's one of the biggest issues with this for me, is that the shimmers are not what I like. Like, I just don't think that there's enough oomph to them, any of them. And I don't particularly enjoy that. Okay. So there we go. Let's test the stain. So it kind of gives you that blurred lip a little bit. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, I mean, I like the look as a whole. I'm going to try this pinkier one. I think that that's going to look better. Yep. I think this tone goes a little bit better with this eye look. Perfect. So this is the completed look. What do you think? I think it's cute. So my favorites from this collection are, I love this red gel BFF cream eyeliner in Cherry Pie. The lip stains are great. I really like how those feel. They feel good on the lips, and I like that there's like no transfer, especially once it kind of dries down. The palette is okay. It's not my favorite. And if you own the rest of the Colourpop 9 pans, you really don't need that. But all in all, it's not the best. It's not the worst. It's kind of blah. So that's my feelings on it. I do like the overall effect of everything. Again, I could have done this with other products. And like, it just looked more exciting, at least it did to me online, than it does in person. But I'll let you know kind of how these cheek serums and stuff wear in a later video, probably when I'm doing some type of blush video, and that'll let you know my final thoughts on those, or if I use them again. But you know what I'm saying? This isn't the best, it isn't the worst. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, it will notify you when I post new videos, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then I have bonus content all the time. Saturdays at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, I always do a live. Well, not always. Sometimes we skip because your girl needs a weekend. But I guess that's it. So we'll see y'all later. Bye.